Hi guys, it's Janie. I'm going to start I guess a series on clay, but I thought that this first one I want to start to show you a little bit of, excuse me, what I've done, and then what I thought that I would be doing throughout the videos. But the first one I thought would be cool to work with this, the Amazing Mold Putty. This stuff is awesome. You can mold anything. I mean, normally I get this, well, I got this at Hobby Lobby, and it's $20. Now you can use a 40% coupon, of course. And there's two parts, and whatever you're going to mold, say, let's see, of course I don't have anything here. I don't know, a little button. You know, you're going to take small amounts of each, equal amounts. And with this stuff, you only have 2 to 3 minutes of working time, meaning just work as fast as you can with it. I mean, you don't have to time it, and don't, you know, even if you did, don't go the 3 minutes or whatever. I just mix and mix and mix till it's thoroughly mixed, and it's pretty quick. And then you kind of just make it into a ball like you would clay. Trying to get this. This is just clay here. Oops. But say this was, you take the equal portions and you mix it and mix it. Okay, and then you roll it into a ball. Then you would take your item, you would put it in here and then press down, which I'm going to do that in the other video, and then it sets up usually in about 15 minutes. You pop the item out and you have a mold. And what I'm going to do is show you some of the molds that I've had for quite a long time. Because see, before I start doing the clay, I mean the mixed media and all this, you know, I was into the clay, the polymer clay. There's Sculpey, Fimo, Prima, all kinds of brands, and I'll talk about that later too. So anyway, I thought that I would just go ahead and show you the molds that I've done, give you an idea. Okay. I'm just going to set them over here. Take, for example, you've probably seen the little bling butterflies. So what I did was I took the equal portions of the mold maker, or the Amazing Mold Putty, if I could get it straight, rolled it into the ball, put my item face down, pushed it in. So anyhow, this is basically the mold. So what you would do, it's kind of a preview of what I'm going to do. Say you wanted a, I don't know, say you want a blue butterfly. Okay. This is conditioned polymer clay. You're going to have to determine how much clay needs to go in here. You can practice, because the clay isn't, you can leave this clay out and it will not dry up. Me, I don't leave it out because I don't want a lot of dust getting in here, or dirt. So yeah, like that. I just keep it in a container But you can. You don't even have to wrap it up. I don't like to do that. Another thing, this when you use your clay, big part of this clay is to condition it. Take a night. I mean, that's why it took me so long. I took all of my clay that I had from quite a while ago. Unfortunately, I had to throw some away, which killed me. It just crumbled. It was beyond repair. I mean, I couldn't save it. Some of it, I did add, you can add a drop or so of baby oil, or, this is why I keep getting it mixed up, there's something called Mold Maker, and I have done molds with this. I don't recommend it, because it's just a harder mold. Kind of like this. It's flexible, but I don't like it. But this is wonderful for softening clay. So if you can do the baby oil. You could do the liquid Sculpey, a little bit of that. But this Mold Maker, it's wonderful. So you just need just a little bit, little piece. And you take it and you put it into this clay, of course, and you just condition it. You keep conditioning until it softens up. Works wonders. Mold Maker. Wonderful stuff for conditioning hardened clay. But like I said, some is just beyond. You need to throw it out if it crumbles. I also have a pasta maker. It's over on the other side and it's clamped to the desk. But you can get it at Joann's with a coupon. You put it through and it has all different settings so you can do thicknesses. If you get into the thicknesses of clay, and then where you have to cut it up, or you do the canes of all different clays mixed together. Bake it, slice it. That's really cool. The only thing I got into was candy canes, which are pretty cool. But you can condition it that way too, because anybody that has arthritis or any problems, just test out the clays. Sculpey 3 is really soft. But then again, you don't want it too soft. But anyway, I'll talk about that more later. So, you would take, I don't know, say that much. Make sure it's conditioned, roll it up. Okay. What I would do is, this is cornstarch. That's all it is. And normally I will take just a little bit, because you don't want to use too much, because then you change the, I don't know what you call it. I'm going to say the chemical makeup or whatever of the clay. You're going to change it after a while, but if you put a little bit in there, cornstarch, and say you put your clay in. Okay. Press it in there really good. A lot of times what I'll do is take this is just a wooden dowel for a little roller pin, but they have acrylic ones, which at the time I have no idea where mine is. And I put a little cornstarch on that so it won't stick. Just go over that a little bit. The thing of it is, when you get extra clay like this, you need to use the dreaded blade. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here to show you. if I can. Whoops. Oh, okay. So what I would do is I would be slicing from this way, trying to get this extra clay. See that? Let's try to get some of that extra clay off. So I said you gotta play around with it. Like this. And you can kind of push it into place there. You know kind of where that butterfly is. Like that. Normally, what I suggest is you take this, put it into the freezer, 5 minutes, pops out much easier. And there's another reason too. I would only make, if you're not used to it, don't make up, I only make up like 3, say 3 different molds, put them in there because, well, especially if you're going to bring them out, excuse me, they're going to be all warm by the time you get to the 3rd one. So anyway, if you cool them down in the freezer for like 5 minutes, if you forget about them and you leave them in there, don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt them any. So, it's not like you have to time it. Then you go, and this is, see, it's flexible. Darn it, I can't. Let me see. When I do this, I'll have it much closer, but it's kind of want to do this. It's kind of flexible, and see, pops out. Now, see all this extra around there? You don't want that, because when you bake it, well, then you're going to have that excess there. What I do a lot of times, I take and I cut around, which again, it's practice, cut around, cut all that off. So, you know, you can take an X-Acto knife. I like, let me see, this little one. There it is. I like this little baby one for closer spots. I love this one. This one's cool. So what I would do, if anybody knows about my mat or my glass mat, you're supposed to be able to cut on it. Well, something was wrong with mine because I did one cut and yeah, it made a bunch of scratches. I don't recommend, I don't cut on mine. So, I take a tile. You can get these, of course, at Home Depot or Lowe's, any place will do. I also have a 12 by 12 or an 18 by 18. It's a floor mat. And I get the smooth to work on with your clay. Then you can just take it, put it in the oven and bake on it. I have several. So when I'm done with a piece, I put it on, set it aside, because I wait till I get many to, of course, bake. So you can put it right on there and then do your cutting. So like if I had a lot, I would start with this one. Cut that excess off. Then I would go around with this. Of course, I don't have enough light. I'll put the light there. It's so bright for the camera, but anyway, I did one side. Let's see. what you would do is take, and then you could take a ball tool or anything and smooth this out around the edges. It'll smooth out. Use your finger. I do that, and I have these, which I had no idea what they were used for, but they're all different kind of silicone tools. It has like a beveled edge. This one's more of a point, and this one's a beveled flat edge. But these are cool too. You can get these at Joann's. But again, I'll talk about that when I do the clay itself. I just kind of wanted to do this quickly. So you can go around with this if you want. But I would do your finger first. And sometimes what I've done is as I'm doing it, I'm like pinching, and then when you're done you have like flattened it out. It's not good. So see, it kind of makes it smooth. And also later on I have a Dremel tool with the extendable arm. It's still in the package. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, but I want to try that because I've got some that have a rough edge. I want to see if that works to get around here. Also, a lot of people will wet sand these with different grits of sandpaper. I tried that too. Sometimes to make different things shiny. That's what they'll do, so then you don't have to gloss. So that's an option. Anyway, let me put this away or else I'm going to spill it. Okay. I have and I'll be bringing that blade. I've got a lot bigger blades too to do this with, but and then of course after you're finished and you like what you see, a lot of times the ball tool, if I've smashed into some of this, I'll go along, you know, and redo the little edges, whatever that I've scrunched up. But again, I'll do that later. And when you're all finished and you have everything aside, then you go ahead and bake. And a lot of the brands, they are different. One is like the Sculpey, I believe, is 275 preheat, and for every 1/4 of an inch thick of your clay, you go 15 minutes. Meaning, you know, it depends on the size of the clay. You have to kind of estimate. I would rather undercook a little bit, underbake, than over. Something like this, 10 minutes maybe. But the Fimo, a lot of I think that's, I want to say 300. No, that one's 230 degrees. And that's for 30 minutes for 1/4 of an inch of clay. So, you know, the temperature stays around 275, but then you have one that's 30 minutes for 1/4 of an inch of clay, and 15 minutes for 1/4 of an inch of clay. So you have to estimate. I usually go 20. And if you have a bigger piece, well, then you have to go longer. So, but I'll get into that too. Put that aside. So yeah, there's the butterfly. Oops, oh darn it, there goes the butterfly. Okay. That one's done, huh? So, did I just smell? No, okay. So I'm just going to show you some of the molds that I've done, just to give you an idea of what you can do. Okay, so we got the butterflies here. See, there's a smaller butterfly. I'm sorry about this glare. We'll get there. The smaller butterflies. This cat was a charm. You can hang it on a necklace. It's real pretty. Well, I went and did the kitty cat. This was way back, so some of these are just practice. So I got the kitty cat. And these, like I said, they're, see? Now, trial and error, kind of thin. What you can do, if you don't like this, what you can do is you can make another one. You don't have to have the charm, but you can take this clay that's already baked, put that into the mold. When you do another mold, and you'll have another one. So it's kind of cool that way. Also, I'm going to show how I've got tons of colors. You can do colors, or you can do plain white. And I'm going to do that and show you. I've got pastels from years and years ago, the little blocks of pastels where you can kind of shave the pastel off and take your little brushes and you can color the white clay before you bake. That's the thing with the white and the pastels. Before you bake, the acrylics or paint after you bake, and it's cooled off. That's after. Now I'll do that too. Let's see. It's kind of a, this was a button, doggy. See the holes in them? And he's kind of rubbery. Oh no. But I made him, made a mold. And there he is there. Yeah. So that was him. And let me put a little bit more put a bit more light on that a little bit. Sorry, I didn't plan on going into great detail, but you know, Janie, once I get going. Okay. Let's see. Some things I did. You know, those little frames that you can get, the metal. I took those and put them in, made a mold. So you can make molds, and then you've got the frame, like this one, the big one. I cut this off. So there you go. This edge is terrible. Like I said, this was done a long time ago, so this edge is just, yeah, don't. Okay, then you could, it's all baked. Baked, good. Take a picture, put it on there, and then you can gloss over it. I don't do the regular glazes. When I watched clay videos, I found that it's the polyurethane, a lot cheaper, much cheaper. You can get it in a big can. And if you watch the videos, they have different ways of glossing instead of brushing everything on. They have a lot of different ways that you can do it. So I'll get into that too. So that's kind of cool. Again, that's that one. This was a button. See, now I can't find, of course, can't find the original button, but I made this. That's like a pearl. They have opal, pearl, real pretty colors of clay. I think I maybe put a rub on it. No, I didn't know that back then. Probably like a, I don't know, paint. So you got that. You can put that on, use it for embellishing. This was just a metal piece. It says, "Be beautiful." Now, this is, like I said, metal. A lot of these you can't really see when you press into. You can maybe stamp if you'd like. But anyway, I was just drying these. And there's different ones. I don't know if you can see them. Probably not. Okay, good. Let's see. There's some pieces. That was just probably a button. And there's nothing done to it yet. I don't even think I sanded this. So it was practice. That was a button. There's a pearl. I think I put some kind of okay, my mind's blank. Anyway, that was a button. There's a button. Isn't that pretty? Angel. Metal. This is a button. Isn't that cool? You can't tell, but that's it. So that'll make a pretty piece. Flowers. Again, that was a button. Now, this is already baked. But what I could have done was, before it was baked, go in with your pastels and you go over this. You can put a light color on. You could bake it, gloss it, or you can paint it with the acrylics. Another flower button. Looks like the button itself. Let's see. That's a metal piece that actually, this is a Swarovski crystal where you can put the for a bracelet. So I said, oh, I'll mold it. So I put it in mold just somewhere, and then I just made a mold out of that. Let's see. Baby fat. That's the little charm on the baby fat purses. I have a bigger one also that I made a little mold. And of course, you can't tell what it is. Of course, you can't tell what that is until you mold it, you know. Put a clay in there. Let's see. It's all different flowers. See, there's a little mold. You can, whoops. Bendable. Bendable. Isn't that cool? This is one that I did. It was, I don't know, a piece to a bracelet that I broke off, and I used it as a mold. And that's just white clay. And this is really cool. This it's an old pin. I think I got it at a thrift store. And it says God is love. So I took it and I put it in there, made a mold right here, then put the clay in, and I just used the white. How nice that is. Now, in person you can see it as plain as day. I haven't done anything to it, but I'll probably be showing that too on how you can paint these or put a rub on there and then put your glaze. This was another really cool one. I found this pin a long time ago. I think it was down here in Arizona. They have the Greyhound races, and they have they used to have a swap meet where it's more commercialized now. It's, you know. And I found this old pin. Isn't it pretty? But let me see if I can, focus it. You see that? The man, another man over him, the cross. Isn't that cool? And put that into the mold. Then I put clay. I painted it with the metallic in the background, but that turned out, look at that. Not pretty. Let me see if I can pull this, since I can't zoom. Whoops. Let's see if I can pull this in. So that turned out. Put some glue on there and put it on a project, or what I'm going to do too is a lot of these you can just put a hole in, so then you can make it a charm or bracelet. Not with this particular one, but it had some little writing on there too in there. I have no idea what it says. I just put it away, and but I thought it was really cool. The little metal charm of the guitar or a violin, whatever. There's that. And there were some little wings, angel wings. I made the angel wings. What I'd probably do is put a rub over that or pastels before I were to bake it, but these were already done from before. It's been a while. Another cool one, look at this. Let me see if I can get this off of here. Probably not. I'm gonna attempt this. I made the wings, oh my goodness, see them? I made out of opal clay, and then I brushed them with pastels before I baked it and poked the holes in there. Made it into a necklace, which I have hanging on my light. And actually glow in the dark. Put some glow in the dark clay in there. Yeah, no, so there you go. That's me not knowing what I'm doing. So these you could get at Hobby Lobby. They were just metal pieces. Made it into the mold, see? And you can go ahead and put your clay right in there, any color you want. Of course, this was a practice brown, yeah, so this turned out really cool. Let's see. The gears for steampunk. Now, I tried these, worked out. See the gears? It's neat. This one I painted metallic, I think. It was a metallic color. But these are all molds. Problem is, when you do the molds, then you have these little pieces when you take the clay out. And I have one over on the pan. I'm going to show you that. The other ones are ready to go in to be baked. But I wanted to show you what I had ready. And then the next video, when I do that, I'll show you how to put the pastels on there before they go in the oven. So, I mean, you know, it's there. It's now, of course, I could go and break them, but they're sturdy. They're sturdy. Some leaves. That's a little leaf I did. I made the mold, the clay. There. Let's see. I was messing around. I have Ricky on my lap. Most of you know he's been real clingy lately. Look. Ricky, show everybody your face. Look. Here, come here. Spanky always did this and showed. Here, you show up here. Look. Look up here. Look. Look. There's my Ricky. See, I got stuff in his hair. He won't leave me alone. Anyway, there he is. Sorry. I think you all really want to see him. That little ice cream cone. I didn't do anything with it, but there's molds you can make like this. You just have to take your clay and you press it on the mold that you've already made. You wrap it. Got yourself an ice cream cone. Here. There's some tiny little candles. Beep. Oh, Ricky, you're kind of in the way here. Okay. A little fish, a little goldfish. That one has a face. See the eyes? My little goldfish. See? Tiny. There they are. I made these. Again, these were just pieces like more of a texture, like, and that was a button. This was the button with a little face. Let's see if I can put that. Down a little bit there. So there's different buttons here that you can do. Okay, that's not going to cooperate. Darn it. Sorry, guys. I had this all set, but anyway. So there's some there. That was a little envelope with a little heart. And you can do anything that's, like I said, you can mold anything. These I have, they're all leaves, and I think they were charms, metal charms. So see, I made the little leaf out of these. There's another one. There's another one. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Bendable. So we put your clay in here. This is from the Mold Maker. Very hard. Now you can still use it. A little more difficult. Very little bend. You can break it. This is an outward negative, I guess, leaf. See that? You can make a mold. Put your clay in the mold. When it's done baking, you would have a, piece like this. What you could do with this piece is then put this piece into the mold, and then you'll have the negative. You could use that for stamping. Well, I've got lots of pieces like this. Like I said, a lot of it's just experimental. Let's see if I have anything else over here. Okay. These are pieces that, I'll put this up. That I did. What they are it's from that Mold Maker. And I just pressed maybe some rhinestones, a strip of rhinestones. This is a leaf. But it's very flat. More for texture. I would get a print if I put a real thin piece of clay. I would get a print. But, the thinner it goes, well, you may have cracking in there. So you have to be careful. And these here, I'm going to move the camera and show you little Ricky here when I'm talking. This is what he does. Yep, see? Look, Rick, here. He's not going to do it, of course. He's going to stare at me. Okay. These are all inward, see that? So you could take, and I'll show this again, take that, and then I usually cut them apart, use them the same way. Look at them. I'm sorry. I have to show you. He's just my guy. Anyway. Outside mold, see that? So you could use, if I knew that this was going to be a stamp, or we're going to use it for that, I would have made it much thicker. You see there's nothing on here. Because, to grasp on, unless you want to put some kind of sticky on here and put it on some kind of a wood back permanently to use it, that's another idea. More leaves. Another leaf. There's just a texture design. Take your clay, you can put it in there. And then you could take, and I also have some cutouts. So after you put your clay on there, you peel it off, it has that design, and you can use, cutouts like, the round one, the hearts, whatever, and then you'll have a design. Reminds me of a fossil. That's real faint. You can barely see it. And these are all. I don't know why this is this color. Anyway. That was a metal necklace. There's a little button. There's one of my little doggies. That was an outer one. Another leaf. Look at this leaf. I sort of cut it too short, but oh well. There's another one. A lot of, I don't really use these. That's a bird. Can you tell? Yeah, I'll show you that. Another one. There's a leaf. That's a skull. Yeah, I have another one of those too. Button, but this is, it's solid. With a dream catcher. Snowflake. My little Teddy Grahams. These are real. I also made a mold from him. And the Oreos. Oreo cookies. What I need to do, and I am going to do, I'm going to make like a couple of cookies, and I'll show you how I do that. And you can put them into necklaces, and little chocolate chip cookies, make into charms. But what I need to do is take the mold that I have from this, put the clay in, make the mold, and keep that. So if it ever breaks, I can do another one. That's those. Let's see. Fish. A starfish and a frog. You can barely see those, but lots of keys. I'll be molding more keys also, but I have several keys. Here is the pan. I laid the molds next to them so you can see what they look like. And they're not baked yet, okay? So take, for example, the heart, okay? That's the heart. It's not baked, so it's soft. Got the heart. There's a little Teddy Graham, see him? The belly button. And there he is. The reason I just wanted to show you these, and I'm not going to bake them yet, because the next video I'll go ahead and use my pastels and go ahead and shade them and show you what they hopefully will turn out. We'll see. Let's see. This was an old, like a coin. I have no idea where I got it, but got that face on there. It was metal, so you could brush a metal over this or metallic paint, whatever you want to do. This was the bird. See? It's a little button. Yep. Little button. Put him into the mold. And there he is. Ooh, let me see. Birdie. If you can see him. There he is. He's ready to be baked. There he is. These bows, it's a hard bow. I made this one, that bow. This one's already baked. This one is ready to go into the oven. See, I pulled that out of the mold and smoothed out the edges. I may put like a little pastel on that, see what we can do with that. This was another one. It was a brad. See, it's a, you can see that brad on there. Got several of those. It's a bigger bow. Put that in there, see? Now with that one, see what too, when you put them in the mold, you don't want to push them too far in because then when you go to put your clay in, you're going to get too thick of a mold, clay mold. So, and I don't really like that look, but so I did another one. And you'll see how much thinner it is, because before you put it, you can't really cut this. You can, but you're going to smash your bow if you try cutting that off and making it thinner before you bake. Maybe the Dremel will work and we can go ahead and take some of that off. I don't know. There's another one ready to be baked in there. This is already baked, this little bow. Isn't that cute? Little red one. This was a charm. It's a bird with a little letter in his mouth. I made a mold from him. And then I went ahead and put the clay in there. And that's how he turned out. I even put the hole in there so it'd be a charm. But this needs to be with pastels or painted after it's baked. I have two of these. I think this was a metal charm also. Dove. And I have a white one ready to be baked. And I did a kind of a coral color. You can mix your clays also. Make your own colors. Ouch. Like that. This was that bird, but I cut the envelope. This is a blue ice or mint clay color. That needs to be baked. And yellow. And that was another type of bird. But that's the mold. My snowflake, this one's already baked. It's done. And this one. That one's not baked. This is a cameo. This was a button. I cut the back off. It's kind of, I don't know how I've got that dirty stuff, but there's the, so I made the mold out of there. And then put my clay in. Let's see. Okay, there she is. See? And like I see, I left these, some of these aren't real smooth, but if I get that Dremel out, you can sand it, or you can do the wet sanding if you want to, but it takes more time. The butterfly. Okay, it's a plastic. Made a mold. This one's baked already. This one's hard. See? Just a plain. This was done again but a while ago. This one I mixed the colors and put it in the mold. So see the back. So he needs to be baked. I could put a gloss on him later. Here's the skull. There he is. And there he is. Ready to be baked. And then I'll paint him. These are just more butterflies. These are the smaller butterflies, see? There's a small one. That one's already cooked, baked. This is the harder mold. These are going to go in the oven. Ready to be baked. Like I said, if you do kind of squish them when you're picking them up, you can go ahead and take your, you can even use around like a needle, like the, I don't know, embroidery needle, I guess, that's not sharp on the ends, and you can go around your lines and get the detail back in. I think this was a button, and I went ahead and did clay in that. Back. That's ready to be baked. Here's my little so-called dream catcher. It was on a bracelet, I think. So I made a mold out of that, and this is the clay that I put in. I'd probably do the gold or silver paint when it's done baking. This is what I mean by the metal gears. What that looks like. If it turned out like that, you can leave it like that, but I take the time, I get in there and cut that out. So that way it comes out with the hole through them. So, but you don't have to. That's ready to be baked there. This is a charm. It's a metal leaf. And there's the here. This was a piece off of something. I don't know what it was. Then I went ahead and made the mold. Yep. And that's how it came out. This is ready to be baked. This is the one that I already did with, I think, the blue ice or the mint clay. See? Even has all the texture in there, and I went ahead and put the holder right there, and you can put these in before you bake them because it's metal. It's not gonna, you know, you put them in before, and you can put a little bit of the Sculpey, liquid Sculpey acts like a glue, well, because it's liquid clay. On the tip of these head pins, put them in, or eye pins, and then bake them, you know, right with your little hardware on there, because, you know, you might break it when it comes out. So yeah, that's that one. There's a maple leaf. This was a button. That was a button. You can see that. See if that'll turn a little lighter. And there it is right there, ready to be baked. It's just regular white clay. I'll probably go over that with pastel. Oops. Another big leaf. It was a metal charm. Oop, it's sticking to the pan. There it is. Isn't it pretty? I already put the hole in there, so we'll go ahead and bake that. I'll probably brush. But before I bake them, though, like I said, I'm going to see which ones. I'll show you how to do the pastels. There's another one. It's like a wing. And I made one colored. This one's done. That's baked already. And that one is not done. It's ready to be baked. Got this little one, and that little one. That one. It's ready to be baked. It's a metal charm, like that. Leaf. This is the hard clay that I made a mold, and then this is the Ricky. Oh, jeez. This is the mold for the leaf. And there it is. That needs smoothed out a bit. You can probably see that. A couple more. It's made out of a charm. And there's the clay. So that's ready to be baked up. There. Oh, look at this little girl. Isn't that sweet? There's a button back. It's kind of nice to be able to have that, and you can hold it down and put her right into the clay. And I made one of her, and there she is. Isn't that cute? I tried to get all the edges, and it needs smoothed out a bit more. But once you bake it and you put your color on there, and again, I want to try that sander too. You guys will like this one. It's a button. It's an owl. See that? Isn't that cool? So I put him in here. Now, he has, it was too thin. So, see, it's coming through the back. So what I'm going to do is, I made a mold, one from here, or a clay mold from this. So I'm going to go ahead and bake this, and I'll make another mold from this or the button. It doesn't matter, because this was done too thin. So a little baby owl needs baked. And a doggy. And I have other ones like cats and all kinds of different things, but this was a button here. I made a mold from him, which is kind of hard to see sometimes what it even is until you do them. This one's finished. This was done a while back. Not painted or anything. And I can put the pastel on there and probably put some of the fixative on there if I wanted, or acrylic paints. I haven't done a lot of practice, had a lot of practice with the acrylics, but the pastels would be easy on him. See, he's not baked yet. There he is. So I'll put some pastels before I bake him. Yeah, another doggy. Button. Now this was the hard one, so I probably will make another one sometime. And there he is with the clay. He's ready to be baked. See, it's still, just put him in there. And then like I went over around his ears, and you could take the little dotting tool here, and go in and press in his little eyeballs. Ooh, his little nose. There we go. See? There he is. So these are ready to be baked. Since I had all the molds on there and the clay to be baked on the other one, I couldn't fit these on there. I will now. But just to show you, I did some clay, some molds from Keys. See, this one is just out of silver clay. What I'll do with this, I'll probably take you can do texture with a lot of things, foil and my clay that I had made for texture in there. But before I bake it, I'll probably go ahead and put some darker clay, a slate, just so it's not so clean looking. There's another one from a mold. That one's a baby. It's cute. This one is broke. There's the mold. See this? Third cup. It's broke. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take some, probably some liquid Sculpey and put it on there, and I'll have to work these two together before I bake it. Usually stays. It's just a little round. I think I stamped that with the, I think a number 6. See if the 6 in there? Called typewriter keys out of these too. These I made, I wanted to do ladybugs. And then I thought, nah, I can make a ladybug. Well, my ladybugs took forever and they didn't look quite right. So I went ahead and took the ladybugs, turned them over, and this is just clay. It's not the Amazing Mold Putty. I don't like to do this because it's hard to get out, but I'll show you when I'm done. So I made the mold of the little larger, that's going to be a ladybug. And the baby ladybug. Like I said, it's not the Amazing Mold Putty, this is clay. Once it's baked, I can take my soft clay, like I showed you in the beginning, put it in here, smooth it out. It's going to be hard to take out. We'll take that out and fix it up, and then bake it again, and it'll be upright into a regular ladybug. Then I can go ahead and take that and put it into the Amazing Mold Putty to make a soft mold instead of this. But like I said, I tried forming the batter clay. It just wasn't quite, yeah, it didn't look quite right. So, and I made this little cup, glass, whatever. See the milk in there? If you can see that. There's my straw. Empty cup. But that's liquid Sculpey and clay. You can make a little, what I do is make frosting also for my cakes with the liquid Sculpey and just the regular clay. And you just chop it up really fine. Not chop it, but take it and you just mix it, mix it, mix it. And it comes out creamy, just like, and you can even put it through the little cake, whatever you call them, that comes out the thing. Yeah, so I'll show you that too. Right here. Okay, let's see where my a couple things that I made here. Kind of afraid to look in here. This was a long time ago. Let's see what we have. Oh, see, here's a plate. A little wonky looking, but that's okay. Another one. These are baked. Probably break my glass, but yeah. My little sugar container. Isn't that cute? Yeah, my little sugar container. Little cup. Little teacup. See that? You can take liquid Sculpey and put it in here. And then I have little beads, which are the cubes. They're beads. Acrylic. Just like I made, I think I put pictures, the bathtub. Which next video I'll show you the bathtub, what you can do with that too. But it looks like ice cubes in there. Oh, these are my little utensils. Yeah, they're kind of small. Like that was a while ago, so I'm funny about that. I'd probably be working on that. There's one of my, the thinner leaf molds, not the deeper ones. That one broke. There's another one. There's one. One's pretty solid. What's made out of that? Oh, that was for my little rock festival. I'll have to show you that. Candle. An E, E, another candle, ooh, fork, broken leaf, a B, ooh, candy cane, snake, oh, a little butterfly, an S, U, here's another one of the leaves. Got it in that color. Another one. There's a fork. Let's see. Flower. Butterfly. Looks like I put glitter on that. Some kind of glitter. There's a Y and an L. There's an S. What is that? Oh, it's another fork. Okay. So, got those. Which I don't know what's in here. Some more little plates that I made. And you can really take your time on these, which I do a lot now. And this is the type of thing that you would wet sand with the different grades of sandpaper in water, and they turn out really, really shiny and pretty. They're really cool looking. Let's see, that's a little bowl or saucer or whatever you want to call it. Oh, there's another one. Yep. This was a little picture, milk, whatever. Little teapot. The spout broke. Look at that. My spout broke. It might be in here, but what you can do, rough the edges up a little bit. You can even make another spout, but you can put them together. And you can do them in increments, like if you're doing clay, but you put little pieces on, you can put them in the oven at the regular temperature for less than 5 minutes, take it out, let it cool, put the other piece on, whatever you're working on, put it back in the oven, a few minutes, take it out, and you can, and it's not going to, once it's baked, you can do that over and over again. It's not going to hurt it any. A sign of some kind. Wait. Little container, something. Oh, designer spoon. I think this was supposed to be little pads of butter or something. It looks kind of glossy in there. Yeah, so, okay. Butterfly, there. Cup. More plates, more plates. Okay. Something I tried, yeah, look at him. It was a long time ago, too. Oh, dear, look at this one. Remember him being in there. Oh, yeah. See, that broke. I was probably throwing them in here. That would have been the little... It's even got a hole in there. Ooh! This was a towel that was folded. Okay. There's another one. Another plate. A shiny heart. Rose. Another towel. My thing was, I made a my dollhouse, which I'll have to show you that before I sell it. But I was going to make the little towels like that to set in the bathroom. Another cup. And another rose with a metal. Oh. I have no idea. Yeah. Cup. Okay. Here's my phone. Took a picture of that. Little phone. But the little broke off of there. The back of it, see, just have to put it back on. Oh, here's a couple more wings. I didn't see those in there. They're kind of shiny. Look at the hole. Doves have holes in there already. Do what you want with them. Another fancy little. Well, looks like I tried to put glitter on the back. Okay. Looks like a little sugar container. Then we have some cupcakes. Little cupcake bottom, which I'm going to do a cupcake too in the topper. And then there's the, excuse me, let me put Ricky down here. Come on, Rick. Come on, baby. Okay, there you go. Driving me nuts. Okay. And then you can make the frosting. And these are little micro beads you can sprinkle on top. There's a little strawberry slice. Yeah. And then you can put your pin in here while it bakes. Yeah. It's, ooh, okay. That. And another cupcake. Cute. Little sprinkles. Another cupcake with the frosting. Next time I wouldn't have made this bottom so big. A little cupcake. With the little pin, so you could put it for a charm. Another one. This is a big one. How you can make these molds. And I'll show you that. They're over the other side, but you take toothpaste caps, because they have ridges. And you make your mold up into the bowl, and you press those in there, let it set, pop it out, and you have your cupcake mold for the next time. See that? Isn't that cool? Oh, and then I made little sprinkles. And you can make long snake, we call them snakes, of clay. And then take a cutter and chop them up and make little sprinkles out of them. And there's a little tiny flower in there. I'll tell you, I make my chocolate chip cookies too. Here's another one. There's some strawberry slices in there or something, I don't know. Then I have like separate pieces of cake. You can take the slices, see the slices, this doesn't have anything on it, and you can make them and then make them up later by making the frosting, putting them together, putting them in the oven just like I said with the 275, put them in for 5 minutes, let them cool, and then they're done. They stick together. That's a little lemon slice on there. Little lemon slice. Ugh, I know what Stacy feels like. Jeez. Oh, here's one with a two-tone. See? Ooh, two-tone. There's one that I put some frosting in between. But again, these are saved. These can just be put together and then put your frosting on the top. You have your pieces. You can make it a piece of pie if you want. Yeah. There's some different, let's see, utensils that I made from colored clay. So there's the fork, knife, Okay. There's some silver ones. Now, these are a little bit big. This is probably more the size I would do. Now, little salt and pepper shakers. Okay. So there's a bunch of them. But like I said, I would do them a little different now. Another little plate or a bowl, whatever. Oh, it's a mouse. Isn't he cute? It's a mouse. I gotta put a tail on him though. Isn't he cute? Oh, I guess I did make a tail. He lost it. Oh, mouse. Let's see. A little spoon. There's another little spoon. Oh, here's some oranges. Little oranges. Cute. Sweet. Oops. Yep, little oranges. Let's see, there's an apple with a leaf on there. There's the bottom. I even made the little star on the bottom of the apple. And apple slices. I cut one in half and then I made little seeds. See the little seeds in there? The little itsy bitsy seeds. And again, you can make the long snake of brown clay, bake it, and you can cut it with your little X-Acto knife, and that's how I got these little seeds. I made the apple and put those in, and they were already baked, and then I baked the apple again. This was the beginning of a straw, or a candy cane. Some kind of a, I don't know what, I think it was an egg. Something, I don't know. So that, let's see, I think these are just little different things. I didn't want to cut them up. But again, you can make your cake if you want to layer it and put the frosting and start stacking them up and make a, and I couldn't throw them out. You can use them for a stamp. I don't know. You guys can maybe tell me what you do with them. Throw them out. Little cubes of sugar maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to do with them. Maybe little tiles or something. Oh, one of my bows that I didn't cut the edges off. Oh, that was used for a stamp. Look at that. Leaf. Okay. This is my little rock concert. I made it for somebody. It was made out of clay. And then I took a base of clay, just like that, and texturized it. Made these little, like for your rock concert. Look at little eyes on these. Just clay, different colors. Really cute. And then I stuck them in the clay base with the sign, rock concert. Babies, very cute. Look at this yellow one. Oh, there's a pink one. Okay, adorable. Red, purple, green. Oh, they're all baked. Bake rocks. Oopsie. Okay. So they're ready to go if I ever want to do a rock concert. And this I've been working on forever. This is probably 2 years old. Oh, some of my cane. This is a donut. It's going to be a donut. put frosting and sprinkles, and you got a donut, see? And, which I can't find now, but next video I'll show you how you can texturize. You can do it with a toothbrush or crumpled up foil. This was an angel. I bought somewhere, and it was clay. Of course, it was an expensive little thing, and I'll show you that too, but I was copying that. It was from a long time ago, making an angel. It's your little feet. I hope I can get this camera a little bit better next time. I thought I did. I don't, I'll learn how to edit sometime, so it's probably a lot of wasted time, sorry. But she doesn't have a face. But that's okay. She'll have a face later, maybe. These are little things I'm working on from the flat. I said, I think this was a piece of an applique or something that I smashed into the clay. And it's dry. And then what I did was take the colored clay like that butterfly, put it over, and it's, of course, it's not baked yet. So it's from that. See that? What I would do is take in there, take that out, take some of this out, and then you still have the texture, see, from the cloth or applique or whatever. And same with this. See? Yeah, it was a leaf. It is a leaf. And I was in the process of cutting all this out. Very tedious work, but monotonous. I don't, whatever you call it, but I'm working on that. Some clay pieces. This is real pretty. It's like opal hearts. It's got these little pieces of glitter in there, but it's in the clay. And these are ready to be smoothed out. They need baked. Dolphin. This is a charm. I made a mold. I don't really care for the blue. So, but this poor guy, where'd I put his tail? Where'd your tail go? Jeez. Okay. Of course, I broke them already. Not even baked yet. Oh, there he is. See? But I'll put them together with the Sculpey, liquid Sculpey and everything, and then, but he's like a pearl or something, or translucent. Translucent clay is just like it is, translucent. You can mix it in with different clays and kind of change the consistency and the color. I'm trying to think of anything else I can show you here. All these will be molded. I'll show you in the next video how to do some, how to do the molding on some of these. Of course, I'm not going to put you through the torture like I am now. So I'll probably do, I don't know, 3. Chill them, take them out. We'll see what they look like. I'll do the rest off camera, and then I'll show you later about that. And those will be done. And these, this is it for this one. Just messing around with clay. I made this rose. I'll show you how to, it's easy to put roses together. Oops. Okay. Pretty out of the, that mint color. There's another, ooh. Okay, the flat one. I don't know what I was going to do with these. Another rose. I made really large pens one time. for my friend. And then I stuck them in a vase. And they had these big rose things on the top. They were like, I don't know what this was supposed to be. Oh, I think I was trying to make a branch, but yeah, so there's a little paintbrush. No, paintbrush for that. There's a paintbrush. I painted that silver, white, and then brown. That might be just clay, silver clay. There's another paintbrush. Kind of looks, or you can use it as a broom, you know, a witch's broom. Here's a better one. Look at that little paintbrush. Can't see it, but it even has like wood marks in there. Oh, here's a pencil. Pencil. It's baked, see? Yep. Done. A couple leaves that I put together. There's a leaf. That wasn't from a mold, I just molded it with my hands. There's one that's kind of turned. Oh, here was a little vine put together. What's this? I have no idea. A leaf. Part of a rose. For the middle. A blue one. This was supposed to be a tube of paint. Rolled up. See that? It's rolled up. And that's the tube. Like I said, I have these. I'm not even done yet with them. Well, here's a short little brush. No, that was a tube of paint. A little tube. There's a white rose. There's another one. Blue one. Another one here. So, I think, I hope that's it. I believe. Yep. Yep. So, anyway, I guess that's it for now. Just kind of a whole picture of things that I'll probably do for the next video. Hope you kind of got a little bit of info on the clay. If there's anything for the next video that you want me to show you or do, let me know, please. Like I said, before I bake those, I want to go ahead and put the pastels on, some of them, and we'll see how they turn out. I don't know. Hope they turn out, but that was my biggest fear, you know, doing a video and having it really look bad. Oh well, I can't, you know, I can't help it. At least, you know, I figure if people try, that's better than not trying at all, right? Yeah, a little bit of wisdom from Janie. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do the Dremel later on and the glazing, and I'll make the chocolate chip cookies and the Oreo cookie and then show you that too. But anything else, let me know. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. And how do they say, if you like it, sub down below and push the like button. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video when I see you. Bye. Have a good night.